Well, Virgo, you're on the hop this month by the looks of it. It's November 2014. Dadhichi here with your monthly forecast. And I'm just looking at this stacked third house. What that basically means is, travel, itchy feet. And on top of that, around the 6th, the full moon occurring in your 9th sector of long journeys. So for a lot of you there, this could herald the beginning of some plans or some moves to, travel and see a bit of the world. Generally, the third house has more to do with the shorter journeys, neighbouring sorts of areas or locally within your own country, but that's still journeys nonetheless, and you should avail yourself of those opportunities. We see, as an example here, the transit of Mercury on the 9th, also into that same sector. So that's going to give you 4 planets transiting that zone of the third house. Now, for those of you that aren't travelling, the third house also has to do with mental activity.
That's a big thing. Wow. And long.
So that mental activity, having so many planets there, indicates one or two things. Either your mind is very, very scattered at the moment. You need to really, really discipline that. If you can do that, then you'll be able to bring all of those forces of Saturn, Venus, the Sun and Mercury into that focal point, that willful action to achieve something great at this time. Unfortunately, most people aren't able to do that. What actually happens there with this numerous number of planets in that area is that you scatter your energies, you take on too much, and you're not capable of finishing anything properly. So it's very, very important for you to bear that in mind, and in particular because we see in your 5th sector that Mars and Pluto energy. The 5th sector does also have something to say about one's mind, but it is more the spiritual mind. Unfortunately, you've got this sort of superficial mind overpowering this deeper intuitive mind. So it's important for you this month to meditate, breathe, and also bring your nervous system under a little bit more control, because in case you weren't aware, Virgo, yes, rules the lower intestinal tract, but Mercury, your ruler, has a lot to do with the nervous system. And if you've got too much of this superficial energy going on, that's going to affect your nerves and really damage your long-term health prospects. There's also around the 18th that very intense conjunction of the Sun and Saturn. Now, these journeys around this time, if you are taking some journeys, may not be all that favourable. Because the Sun-Saturn combination has a lot to do with one sense of responsibility. This could be a forced journey, or the requirement for you to attend a function or to be with someone that you don't necessarily want to be with. So you may find yourself taking over the reins of some situation which you don't necessarily find pleasant. So just see that through, because that's a quick moving transit. Of course, the Sun moves a degree a day, so very shortly after that you will be free of that situation. Around the 22nd, in fact, when the Sun moves to the 4th sector of your horoscope. And what we see there as well, up until the 28th, is a distinct refocusing of your energies onto the domestic sphere. This may have to do with your mother or some of the elder members of your family. So could it be that some of those aspects of responsibility that happened a little bit earlier may have more to do with that? It could be basically a preview or a trigger for you to go back into your domestic situation and deal with issues with your relatives. There is an interesting new moon taking place in that same sector, fourth sector, on or about the 24th and 25th. Now, the new moon usually heralds the commencement of different activities. Some of you may want to purchase a property or renovate your house or to have something to do with property, move premises. This is the time to do it, at least the time to start planning, because you've got all of that other energy there in the sort of conscious mind. Just focus it on the right things. I think after the 26th, you'll be more capable of thinking these things through. That's because there's a conjunction of your ruling planet Mercury with Saturn as well. That's on the 26th. That's on or about the new moon as well. So I see that as being the turning point for you. Probably a little late in the month. You probably would have wanted it a bit earlier. Nevertheless, better late than never. Do join me next month, here every month with your horoscopic reading, and take some time to check out my website, astrology.com.au. That gives you more detailed analysis with lots of other stuff there. I'll surprise you with it when you get there. Find out for yourself. See you next month. Good luck till then. Bye-bye.